Hey ladies, okay, so let's talk a little bit about brows. Brows are super important, and let me just tell you why. Brows frame your eyes. Eyes are your face's #1 asset. Whether you have stunning eyes and everyone compliments you on them, or whether you kind of have hidden eyes and that's not the main feature that people compliment on. Eyes are still your biggest feature because the eyes are the window to the soul. When you're speaking to someone, you really learn who they are. You learn about them. You learn where they're coming from. You learn their intentions and their purpose through their eyes. And so, all of that said, brows frame those bad boys. So if the eyes are the window to the soul, the frames better be looking good. You know what I'm talking about? So, lucky for us, we just got in two very important brow products. One is the brow liner, which is both a pencil, tiny little skinny pencil, and then also on the other side is the spoolie, which is, if you didn't know, that was the technical term for the average mascara wand. And that is just a dry wand that helps you kind of shape and place your brows. Then we also got in some Precision Brow Gel. This little bad boy is so cute. It's got this tiny little spoolie, and it has tinted brow gel, as well as our infamous fibers. So for those of you that have super sparse eyebrows, this is going to be one of your very best friends. Both of these products, actually. So this is really the glue that kind of, once you get your brow exactly where you want it, this is kind of going to go on and act sort of like a hairspray. Think of it like that. Whereas the pencil is going to go in and fill some of the sparse areas. The gel is going to go in and spray them, as well as add little fibers to any of those already sparse areas. So I personally have been blessed with some pretty decent eyebrows. They're pretty full, they're pretty not very sparse. You know, there are some areas, but they're pretty decent eyebrows. But I'm going to show you just how much, just a little bit of filling in and a little bit of gel, what it does even for my face with pretty pronounced, pretty thick eyebrows, let alone for the people who have really sparse. Some people are just super, it could be blonde, really fair, and just their eyebrows are very light, so they have to fill them in that way. Some people just have a lot of gaps between their hair, even though their eyebrow is fully there, it's just very sparse. So there's all different types. Some people have patches, some people have scars, whatever it might be. Everybody can benefit from these two products. Brows sometimes people feel that brows are not important. Most people do not invest in brow products, not typically speaking. I mean, in the last couple years, they've been on the rise with some of the products that have come out, other products, and some of the people who have been famous, sort of like the Kardashians, who have kind of brought notice to the brows. But they are very important. Do not skip this step. Do not go through the whole process of doing all your eye makeup and your lashes and your face to totally miss out on your eyebrows. So I'm going to just do a quick little demonstration of how to use these products and how to do it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that it twists up. Make sure it's twisted. And what I like to do is go under and just kind of lightly sketch a little line where my brow actually goes. So don't worry, we'll blend that in. And I like to do that on both sides, because that kind of gives me a frame of reference as I'm filling in. So now what you want to do is you want to follow the direction of the hair. So in the beginning of your eyebrow, the hair is actually kind of sprouting up, if you will, so it's going straight up. And then as you get about to here, it starts to lay. And then about at the point in your eyebrow when it starts to go down, then the hair actually starts coming down. So on your eyebrow, your hair is going in all different directions. So what I like to do is I like to go against my eyebrow, so coming this way. And just little short, quick, hair-like lines going against the brow. And then I like to come in and go with the brow. Again, keeping in mind that up in the front you want to go with the hairline. So if those hairs are coming straight up, you want to kind of follow that. The other place that I kind of sketch is right in here. This is where I'm pretty sparse, so my hair is actually there. I'm trying to get as close as I can, but it's sparse. And then coming down. And then now where I filled in, just I like to do tiny like little hair-like strikes, strokes, not strikes. And then just kind of fill in this brow without, you don't really want to be like coloring it in, you just, they're tiny little strokes like I said. Now what I'll do, look at the difference already, like it's a big difference, it really looks more complete. Now we're going to go in and take the spoolie like I said, and I just like to move the hair. So move the hair, I prefer it going kind of bushy at first, kind of pushing it up. And then I like to just kind of come down. I like to leave the front still kind of bushy, but then I like to just sort of brush that part down. I think that that just helps kind of get the hair looking the way that I want it to look. Okay, now let's quickly go in. Well, actually, let's just finish this one. Now we're going to go in with the brow gel. Take this tiny little wand. And this time we're going to go in the same strokes that we just did with the spoolie. So pushing this hair kind of up because that's where I want it to stay, and then follow the hairline diagonal and then just kind of carry that down. Whoops, that's okay if you do that, it comes off. Once it dries though, it's very, very long lasting, so if you have a little smudge or mess up like that, get it off right away, it'll come off easy. If you wait, it'll be a little bit more difficult. So now let's fill in. Well, let's just look. And especially if your hair is back, like this is totally, it's framing and highlighting the areas that you just don't naturally see because it just looks more sparse in there. Okay, so let's follow that line, and first we're going to go against the brow line with little strokes, going kind of up, which is with the hair, and then against the hair. This just helps it to look really natural and you know, not so fake. Sometimes when people are filling in their brows, it looks very penciled, very like, you know, stenciled is the right word, and drawn in, and I personally don't like that. I like to look very natural still. Again, following up here, sketching that little line, the top of the hair line, and then carry it down. And you should still, when filling in your brows, you should still be able to see through. You can see the differentiation of hair. We're just kind of adding what I like to call like a shadow underneath the actual hair. But you definitely don't want it filled in, which is what I was saying with the stencil. That can look kind of painted or even like tattooed on, and that just doesn't look natural. The one nice thing about this gel too is it adds a little bit of a gloss or like a shine, which sounds a little weird, but when you think about it, we've just kind of matted down the color, the natural hair light, the natural highlight of our, because it's hair, and your own natural hair has a shine to it. It just is the way it is. So sometimes when you fill in your brow, you can kind of like mat it down, and it again looks very filled in and kind of cakey and drawn. So this gel comes back and adds just a nice little shimmer or a gloss-like feature, which just, once it's dry, creates real hair-like look. So it doesn't look filled in, it doesn't look, you know, fake. It just looks like really nice chiseled eyebrows. And so there you have it. Ladies, get yourself the brow liner and the brow gel. Try it. There's a 14-day money-back guarantee. If you don't love it, which you will, return it. That's simple as that. Alright, thanks.